Hello everyone and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Neef. And before we get started in the pick a pile, I just want to let everyone know that I've got a lot of events coming up. If you're in Southern California, on the 7th, I got a really cool thing at Tarot Arts. We're going to be doing a presentation, a Q&A, a meet and greet. I'm going to be signing things. We're going to do a full day of readings the next day on the 8th. It's going to be great. Go check out Tarot Arts. I'll put a link in the bio. And then I've also got a market coming up later in the month, mid-month. And I'll put details out as they come about. And then I also have a New Year's event. So I've got a lot going on right now. And I've been meditating on how to manage all of this stuff and pulling cards. And the void kept coming up. And so I've been meditating on the void and what it means to be balanced. And so our way forward is often found by doing nothing, by sitting in silence, by doing nothing. And so today's reading is about the void. Now, if you find any of these readings useful, leave a tip below. That helps a lot. Or I'm going to try to do some extended readings here and there. If you would like an extended reading, go find the link. So thank you all, and let's get into the void. So we've got all of these different void cards. I've got a brand new deck. Let's open this up and shuffle these in. And I want to start today by reading a passage from the Oracle, which is the void card. So embrace the void. Embrace the void. Our plane is wrapped in emptiness. There is no differentiation in the place from all which things arise. It is easy to fall into the habit of thinking that we need to transcend the state of the void and seek meaning. The void asks us that we do not try to fill the nothingness, the silence, the distance, but instead asks us to sit with it, be in it, give it our patience. It is in this space that all things begin, including understanding. All meditation is a kind of emptiness practice. The world is empty of a self, or what belongs to a self.
Before we begin,
what this means is that
below
it is
if you want to book a personal reading.
Whatever we are is something
if you
that
want
is
to
always
leave me a
changing.
tip, everything is
When there is
appreciated.
distance, silence,
I'm shipping
emptiness,
out
just
many
be
of
with
these
it.
every single
So,
day, and it's so
Cards
helpful because
from the
this
void.
is
Let's
my
mix these
full-time
in.
thing
And
right
now these are mostly from the
Thank you
core
all. And
pack
there's
because
also
I'd love
extendeds
to
below.
add in doubles, but some of these are from expansions. A few of these are from expansions. And so I'm going to set out 3 of these cards and shuffle these in, and then we'll go from there. So we've got 3 cards here. We've got the Eschaton, we've got the Create card, and then we've got Connect to Your Body. I'll give you a moment to choose. I'm going to shuffle these in, and then we'll get started. So if you chose the Eschaton card, this reading is for you. And now I'm going to place the void in the middle. I've already pulled some cards for you. And immediately what came out is this first line, which is avoiding traps. And right next to it, you'd be surprised at how often these kind of energies stick together. Avoid all traps, and then no. And then directly afterward, you've got this all one or none card, which is very interesting. It almost feels as though there is a situation that is being presented to you by a group of people. This could be in the workplace, or this could be new friend groups or something like that. But there's a feeling that you are needing to stay free at this point in time. There might be something that's trying to wrangle your energy and keep it. But through the energy of no, this situation with other people will easily resolve, or even potentially result in some sort of move. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers. It feels like the kind of thing, the realization that will come out of this time in the void, embracing the void, is one that is going to make sure that you are free. right? And connected to your body. Because really, when we see the intuition pop up, it's not just in the third eye, it's your entire body. To have an intuition about something is to feel it completely, right? It's to have a good intuition, you have to be in tune and aligned. So let's take a look. What is this traps card here? Yeah, you've got this energy. This is almost like a devil card. It is one that we can transcend if we can identify the thing that is holding us, right? The trap is typically set by these things that can haunt us, right? So for you, it feels as though this is a time period where you need to maybe change perspectives on the situation, because you have a whole new reality that is unfolding in front of you, but you have to ensure that these things that are ultimately very don't have much power over you don't take over the situation, if that makes sense. It's like something standing in your bright light. You cast a bright light and these shadows come in and they cast this bright light. But amazing energy, amazing energies coming out of this. It's no stop. We've got traps, we've got no. So you really need to take the time to slow down and understand that this like group activity that's going on is potentially not for you, right? It's something that is being said, no, we need to shift our attention completely elsewhere and walk away from this, whatever this is. Because you've got the burn your boat here, which is one of the initial cards that I pulled, and it's telling us to remove Are you kidding me? It's like you have to make the commitment to completely leave this situation or this community of people behind, because they could be affecting you in a negative way, or dragging you into things that will trap you. You know, there's a lot of dangerous people in the world. There's a lot of people who make really bad decisions, and you know in your intuition what this is, and you need to make a move on it now. And sometimes that looks like sitting still and sitting in the void. So I very much encourage you, after the fact, after you watch this, to take time to maybe light some incense or something and just remove all stimuli. Turn off your computer, turn off your phone, give yourself some time and space, even if that's away from pets. The pets don't like it sometimes when you meditate or take time. But embracing the void it can be 30 minutes a day. I myself signed up for a Vipassana today, so I'm going to do a 10-day silent retreat at some point, because I'm really trying to understand all of the messages that are coming through around the void. And I'm sick like that. I'm gonna go sit for 10 days in silence, because it's really good for you at the end of the day. I grew up in the void in a lot of ways, so that kind of thing is in my blood. So let's see what else we have for you here. We've got Pluto, which is the card of the underworld, right? We've got Pluto coming into play, and we've got the No card again. This is amazingly blunt, which is just saying like, no, look at the people around you right now. The dead have probably been trying to come through to tell you that there's something not good going on. You know, what is it about these people? They're blocking your opportunity to get your shit together. if this makes sense. It's like if your energy is scattered, these people are blocking that ability for you to get it together and move on into this new dimension, go through this window of opportunity that is open, because these windows of opportunity don't stay open permanently. They may open and close, but they're not open permanently. And so you have this opportunity to go somewhere completely new. And excuse me if I'm yawning, it's midnight here. I tried to film this earlier in the day, and it was just so darn loud, which is actually what prompted me to go sit in the void. I went elsewhere and I sat with the nothingness. But these relationships and the messages that are coming from the cards are that through the void, you will realize the entirety of this situation and how it's not serving you. Now, this is also sitting in the void. This is the card of understanding that when we go inward, our inward reflects outward, right? I always say that those worlds can never touch, but at the same time, we project out into the world. And so the things that we see outside of us are not separate from the things that are going on inside of us. So going into these meditative states is going to cultivate a more peaceful outer world for you. It's going to help you understand yourself. This was my card for the entire year. I pulled this at the beginning of the year and asked what my year was going to be about. And it basically said it's going to be about looking at yourself and how that reflects outwardly. Now, I want to know what it is exactly that is waiting beyond the message of saying, no, stop, get away from these folks, right? Get away from these people. Yeah, avoid your fate. So avoiding your fate is taking willful action. To avoid your fate is to do something about it, right? So it almost feels like, what is the most graceful way to get out of this situation with these other people? This is an uncomfortable conversation, or this actually feels like the void. Contacting the other is contacting a higher power. Typically, it can be contacting another person, but it's got the Seek the Edge card, which is like going out into the world, or going into places that are uncomfortable. It is a yin card. It is the card of sitting in discomfort. And so it feels like maybe it could be doing both, because we are sitting in the void. Contacting the other is much easier that way, but this feels like just connecting and saying what you need to say about being yourself and about sitting in your joy, right? Going through this dark process, going through the tunnel, to maybe just even cut things off. And I just asked for a clarifier if that was correct, because I don't like I don't like blatantly telling people to cut other people off, but I asked if this was what is coming through for you, and it said the feeling is correct. Now, to sit in the void is to be in our body as well, right? You've got your body under here. You've got couple bodies in here. And again, excuse me if I'm yawning, but what else do we want them to know is waiting for them beyond this situation? You've got a whole new beginning waiting for you once you do remove these people, whoever the heck they are. You've got a whole new beginning for you waiting, and this is your way forward. It's going to unlock the door that has felt stopped in front of you, stopped and locked in front of you. It's almost like there's been something on the other side but it's just that you haven't found the key yet. And the key to getting through that door is to remove these folks, because life itself is trying to move you into a place of more joy and of more support for who you are, because these people are not your people, whoever these people are. And this is an interesting reading. I haven't seen anything like this. So that is what the void has for you today. Go sit in the void right now. Go meditate on why this might apply. Pile number 1. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the create card, I'm going to throw it right behind the void here and see what messages are coming out of the void. What is waiting for you in the void. If you need to take time and space, this is a great opportunity to do so, because you've got this Mars energy, this passionate energy. It feels like perhaps you are coming back to a place within yourself where you are recognizing your own values through this fiery, passionate energy, and also recognizing the power of your own voice. We've got a lot of planets immediately, and we've got 2 speaking cards right on top of each other. And so sometimes when we are in need of slowing down, this is a form of self-care. The void is a place where we can rest and relax. I'm almost seeing like, if you are a fan of Star Wars, when he gets his arm cut off and he's in that tank, it's like being in the tank. He's just totally out in this tank that's like the womb, right? So it feels as though the message coming through to you is that through the use of your voice. Now, this is something I want you to solidify after this reading. Go sit in the void, take time, take space, sit down, do nothing, meditate, listen, see what happens. Through the use of your voice and through the use of the power of your words, you will come back to a place of self-care and self-respect and lifting yourself up in a way that is going to be revolutionary for you, because this could also be some sort of breakthrough moment for you. You've got the moon, which is the unknown, and also the deep emotions that are waiting underneath, waiting on the path in the dark. And excuse me if I yawn. I'm doing this at about 1 a.m. Because it was a little loud in the studio today, so I put it off for a little while. But the moon is an amplifier. The moon is not a body that creates its own light. It only reflects light back to the earth, and it acts like a lens towards all of these other planets. And so when I see Mars reflecting through the moon, it's almost as if the unknown, passionate parts of you are waiting for you to meet them in the void, so you can come back to a sense of who you are truly in an expansive way, right? So to sit in the void is an act of self-care within itself, but maybe there's also some things that you need to say waiting for you that will become apparent when we sit with the energy of the void. Now, you have a ton of planets popping out for you. You've also got Mercury and Neptune on top of trust your gut or your body popping up here. So there's a message as well around your gut. Maybe something could be out of alignment, but it feels as though the general feeling that I get is through this time spent alone, you are going to be able to get your chakras more in line, your body's more in line. I know that when I meditate sometimes, that the pain, whatever pain is existing, maybe in my back or something like that, if I meditate long enough, I can tune into it well enough that it will let go. It's rare that I do that, but it is something that happens on occasion. Now we've got Neptune. Neptune rules our dreams as well as any illusions that we have. We've got a lot of illusory energies with the moon. So this time in the void, maybe breaking those illusions around communication or around our business. But because it's here with the gut, your gut, I believe, because we've got multiple chakras here, is foundational for your throat chakra to work correctly. And so we may have some realizations in that space around our gut, right? And the way that we're treating our gut. I know for me that I really tune into what my body is trying to tell me, whether I like it or not, when I sit within the void. And your gut has messages for you around. This is what it feels like. Your gut has messages for you around the illusory energies that are going on for you. Maybe that these are, well, what are these illusory message or feelings? We've got embodied light and Pluto, more cards. So it feels as though it's asking you to be a light through the dark times, through the transformative times. Pluto rules our rules of the underworld. Excuse me. Also rules the processes of internal and external death, right? So death processes. It's about going through and being killed over and over again sometimes. And it can feel like that when Pluto comes into play, especially if you don't feel light, right? If it's you're holding tightly onto something, Pluto will kill you or beat you down until you release your grip. It's similar to Saturn in that way. But the beautiful thing about Pluto is that you come out anew after the fact. So, pulling more cards, we've got another Pluto. So it really wants you to know that this is a time of rebirth for you. And it really feels like that with this, the position of Uranus and the return to love. This is a time for you to get back to your body. Get back to your body, because if you felt like you can't say the things that you need to say, it may be because all of the rest of your chakras below it are out of whack, right? Because you've got connect your higher states, you've got to trust your gut, you've got to speak your truth through the void, and through this process of the void, and potentially doing it at night, staying up late if we need to do that, is going to, yes, connect you back to your body. We want to connect to our body, and we need to schedule. This looks like a calendar almost. Schedule in time to take care of our body, because it is out of alignment and it's difficult to take care of ourselves and remember to take care of ourselves and to find that balance of doing if we don't go into the void. So the void is saying that your self-care and coming back to your self-care will open all sorts of possibilities through your voice. It's going to unlock your voice, if that makes sense. Especially with the embodied light there, that is the card of communication as well, and more communication. So as I'm saying that, I pull these cards. it's like you have so much to share, but you need to go back to square one and get your stuff in alignment first and physically move it out of your body after this comes into your awareness. So like I suggested earlier, after this video, go sit down and meditate for 30 minutes, for an hour. Go journal, go do nothing. Listen to no music, don't put on anything. Just go sit in silence for a while, for some time. Because you've got so many of these doubles as I'm talking about it in the position of the place. And it's very, very paramount that you do this. And again, if you have to stay up late and do this, that may be how it's done. This is a pretty simple message. But this is your message. So let's see if there's anything else. What else is coming out of the void? Is there anything else you want them to know that sitting in the void will help them? That you are at a crossroads, and the decision that you make will determine the rest of your life, right? In regards to some gifts that are coming to you. So sit in the void. You've got gifts waiting for you. I love that for you. You've got these 2 roses right in a row. Cool. Pile number 2. Thank you very much. Pile number 3, welcome. If you chose connect to your body, this is your pile. I've already pulled some cards for you. I'm going to throw this guy under the void. So you chose the body, and immediately your feeling is correct card popped up. So this is about finding balance, okay? Because you've got a lot of wonderful things here. This is already radically different from the other piles. Whatever you've been feeling, it's been trying to guide you. You're feeling, everything that we do is to experience certain feelings. And so your feeling is trying to guide you towards these gifts that are being presented to you, possibly by a higher power. I want to pull more cards, but it feels as though through silence, through this void, through taking time to do nothing, and sit in nothing, and I highly recommend you do that after this video, that you're going to have some gifts come through. So look at this. Amazing. So your feeling and this situation of getting our scattered energies into alignment and focused is going to bring you some gifts. Now, for me, this feels like some sort of a shortcut towards connecting, because you've got the other here, and then we've got the dead here. We've got an opportunity to potentially reboot our spiritual practice. I tell people often that spirituality, in the word spirituality, the word spirit is also beyond our spirit. It is the spirits that we associate with. And we all have many of them that are our immediate family that has passed, family that we don't know about. We're generations and generations and generations and generations of people, and we're the result of that. And so we've got a team of people typically that are waiting to work with us. And through this process of listening and sitting in nothingness, you can easily connect with your family, with the team that has been waiting for you, and restart that spiritual practice. It will be the beginning of new relationships with your spirit guides, with your spirit family, with the dead. Now, What else are we looking at here? Let's see. Yes, of course. So I would say directly after this, because this is such a immediately kind of a very bright reading. There's a lot of beautiful things coming through for you. Right after this, sit and do nothing. Meditation is literally the art of doing nothing. We're breathing. That is it. We're breathing. We're existing. We're breathing. We're making space. We're making emptiness. And so the world can come in, right? Because our inner world is so jumbled that we want to create space so we have room for newness, that kind of thing, room for messages that come through. And now the Earth card is a groundedness, right? It is being grounded in clarity. But the feeling that's really coming through is that you might gain some really wonderful insights if you go out into nature, into the mountains, go sit in the dirt and embrace the void. Because you've got all of this harmonious energy all through this, and it's much easier to hear messages that come through when we're in nature. So this pattern here, let's see. Fascinating. So you need to show that you are absolutely dedicated. This is asking beyond meditation, beyond a single thing to show that you are dedicated to connecting with the ancestors that are coming through. They're yelling at you. They're saying, hey, we're here. We want to help you. We have things that we want to show you. We want to remove obstacles. We want to create more harmony in your life, but you need to be dedicated towards connecting with us and towards cultivating the relationship that is coming out of this time period. And you need to do so through listening, through the silence, through taking time and space to connect with this higher power. It's funny, you've got these are kind of cousin cards, right? And then we've got these messages that potentially through this process you'll easily see that the bigger picture that's your entire ancestry, right? They're asking you to heal some sort of ancestral trauma as well. Okay, because this feels like a large swath of time, and then you've got your ancestors here and you've got your ancestors here. They're asking you to go on this journey with them because you are responsible as someone who is here and now to live the best possible life, and to heal anything that they left unhealed for you, because that is our job as people that are alive, is to live the best possible life. Now they're asking you as well to take time to go into your emotions. Okay, we may have been ignoring our emotions, or maybe this is just an opportune time that our deep emotions will start releasing these treasures, right? So water, especially deep and calm waters, are representative of a period of time when treasures can come up from the darkness of the bottom of the water and present themselves to you. It's almost like fishing. Imagine fishing in a boat and just pulling up. You could either pull up a boot, or you can pull up a treasure, or you could pull up something that'll feed you for a week. So even though the unknown of water is oftentimes scary, I always tell people that it is an opportunity to bring up treasure. And you've got a lot of water, all of these waves in this reading going across here and here. It feels as though your time spent in the void is going to be one that is very, very fruitful and very, very connected with the spirits around you that are trying to help you. Now, if you begin this process of connecting with the dead, it's going to change the course of your life, because that is what happens when we open that doorway, and it's always for the better. So let's ask for a final parting message for pile number 3, who is going to go meditate after this. What do we got for him? Yes. You've got the Twist Your Language card, and then we've got the Create card. So maybe this is singing. Maybe you can connect with them through singing. If you've been thinking about singing, this is a really wonderful sign for you to begin that process, or to share that process through this process. Wonderful. Thank you, pile number 3, and have a wonderful, wonderful time sitting in the void. Peace, y'all.